Hi, it's the Honey Queen here, and I got my PJs on, my bee PJs, so you know what that means. Breakfast. We're gonna do honey crepes today. I learned how to make the crepes from the Cool family. It's actually from France, and each has this little neat gadget, you know, like a crepe maker, and it has a little wooden spoon, but you can do this with what tools you have at home. So we're gonna start out with, we have these ingredients: flour, baking powder, salt, Cox's honey, of course. Oh, I've got the eggs out front. Milk, butter, and vanilla. This vanilla is actually from Mexico because my son-in-law is half Mexican and they always go down there. That's what they bring me back because I love it. So we're gonna start out with making this with flour. So I've got 1.5 cups of flour. I put all my dry ingredients first. And next I put in the baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon. And then it's 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I kind of stir that around. Try not to waste too many dishes because it's faster that way. Okay, the next thing I put in is the honey. That's a sweetener, and I've already made the container wet, and also the tool that I'm using wet, because then you can slide it out way easier to get most of your honey. So there's your 3/4 tablespoon of honey. Next is, it says melted or softened butter. I have soft butter here. It's so hot here that you don't have to really put anything in the microwave. Oh, that was loud. And then it calls for 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And because I don't like to use too many containers, I'm going to do this for 2 cups of milk. Oh, that was spot on. Good job, Mama. And a whisk is a really good thing because you're going to mix it so it makes it smooth. You start mixing it, and I can put the eggs in. And I mix it until there's hardly any lumps in it. I'm going to show you especially how we cook this, because once you learn how to do it, crepes are so easy. And they can be used for breakfast. We like to put our favorite thing on there is Cox's creamed honey, peanut butter, and bananas. And we also use them for dessert sometimes, but mostly breakfast. All right, we'll be back. I'll be ready to show you what this looks like in there. Here's the dough. Mix. And I'll be back when we cook it in just a second. All right, we're back here to cook it, and I know this pan looks kind of old and dilapidated, but it's one of my favorite ones. So you put a little bit of butter in there, turn it on. You just want to lightly melt it. So you need a little bit of butter at a time. These are my favorite tools I like to use. This is the spatula I use to loosen it with, and my 1/4 cup that I like to pour it in here. And of course, when I finish cooking it, I put it in my tortilla keeper. Isn't that an awesome idea? And you want to keep them warm. You can put wax paper in between each one, and that will keep it nice, but keep it always covered, so I do that. And you can actually store this for a couple days and still use it. So wait for that butter to melt in there. Turn it up a little bit more, faster. And when you put it in here, you're gonna rotate it around, just like I'm doing the butter like that. I'm also gonna rotate this around. All right, here we go. Guess what's for breakfast, kids? Honey crepes. So I pour it in there, and while it's heating, I move it around so it starts browning. It's a little bit bigger. So I just kind of rotate it, make sure your pan's hot, and then it makes like a film. You want it really thin. So we'll be back in just a minute. So you wait till the butter gets bubbly hot, and you pour it in here like that. And then I actually move it around. You can zoom in on there. So you get the edges. Put up on the edge there. And then when it's brown, I flip it over. I use this to loosen the edges. And flip it over. It takes a minute to cook there, so just give it a second. Be back. Okay, so we're loosening the edges a little bit here. Which I love this spatula for that. We get under there, we loosen it, and we flip it over. And voila, there's our crepe. It only takes a couple minutes, and then you put it in here and serve it. Dessert or breakfast, there you go, honey crepes. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, comment below, share it with other people, and check out my Facebook page and group and Instagram and Twitter and all these recipes I put on Pinterest. Have a sweet day. All right, breakfast. Yes, here we have crepes. Yay, and this is what I don't like, is every time I go to get the honey, this is what happens. It's empty. So I had to run out and get a new one from the bees. No, actually it's in my refrigerator. Creamed honey. It's very delicious. Look how yummy that looks. Yummy.
Peanut butter.
So you got creamed honey, peanut butter, oh there's peaches, bananas, lots of fun things on here.
That actually sounds kind of good.
Nutella and creamed honey, Mom. What about that?
It's true.
That sounds pretty good.
Here we are at 5:30 in the morning. Oh, actually it's 5:15, isn't it? Religious class at 6 and high school at 7. Yay. Okay, wrap those things up. Show them how they wrap them. This is our neighbor
The
friend.
struggle of trying to make
It's actually your aunt and uncle that taught me how to make these crepes.
Yes.
Cool. And
This is
we're
how you
related.
roll it. Oops, gotta roll. And roll. Roll. Yummy.
napkins.
Yeah, because you were hogging all the honey.
Hogging the honey. I like that.